Alrighty, so here we have Warhammer 40K Battle Sector for review on Xbox One, courtesy of Slytherin Games. Publisher behind this game. This game's amazing. Let's go and jump right into it here. So we've got options. So we've got music, sound effects, voice, subtitles, mute game chat. You have miscellaneous options, which is pretty much just language selection. You have UI controls, camera. So quite a few options there. You have multiplayer. Here's where now this is kind of cool. So you can play Millennium multiplayer. It'll give you the option to, if it'll finally load. Takes a minute. It'll give you the option to manage your army. So you can manage your army, and then you can choose whether or not you want to do online through Xbox Live, or if you want to do a local console multiplayer, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. It's not for often nowadays that you see an option with these kinds of turn-based strategy games. Give you the option to play local on the same console, which is really cool. I like that. I really like that. We're gonna go ahead and hit back here. There's also a tutorial which does a really good job of showing you how to play the game. You've got the campaign. You have Skirmish. Skirmish is kind of cool. So I came in here to Skirmish. It's kind of like a it's kind of like multiplayer, but of course you're against the AI in the game. So again, you have army management. You have replay campaign mission, or you can make again a skirmish match. I'm gonna go ahead and go back because I already have it set up. Actually, no, I'll go ahead and actually show you here. So you begin skirmish. So here's where you can choose what map you want to play on. Here's where you choose what objective you want. I usually choose exterminate the enemy army. Here's the turn limit, the point target. If you want to require cohesive armies, so if you want to have multiple, if you want to have you've got your choice of army. So you got the Blood Angels or the Tyrannid. And then you have the army types that you want, the army size, and then of course the AI options. With an option to randomize all, surprise me, which is kind of neat. But we're going to go ahead and go back. Back again. So for those who don't know, this is a turn-based strategy game set in the Warhammer 40K universe. This game's awesome. Yeah, this game's really neat. So if we'll go ahead and go to load game. So I'm already in a campaign. What's kind of interesting with this is that if you decide to go ahead and load up a skirmish match and or in a campaign, you have the option to overwrite your campaign save with a skirmish save, vice versa, or you can have two saves, one for each campaign, and then the skirmish, which is interesting. An interesting way of doing it. So if you are going to go ahead and load up a skirmish match and you want to play against your friends or play against the AI, sorry, let me backtrack. If you want to set up a skirmish match, just make sure you're not saving over your campaign. So because that can definitely happen. So if I go ahead and load up, I'll go and just load up the skirmish match. Just because it'll give you an idea of how the game plays here. Okay, so here's a skirmish match. So these guys here, these are recon units. They also have the ability to to attack. I'm not going to go over everything because there's a lot to unpack here, but but yeah, here's the game. I'm the Blood Angels, and these enemies over here, these are the Tyranids. So I've used these recon units to go ahead and kind of scout the area. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually have them attack from where they're at. Oh, that sucked. Okay. And then now if I wanted to go ahead and get into the menu for this Predator tank here, I can just hit the X button. And this will give me the different so this gives me the option to do a slightly upgraded engine for better movement, but right now it's in a cooldown period. Here's where I can choose what kind of weapon I want them to use. And then this, you can change the facing orientation, which I never typically use. Or you can do Overwatch, which sets a reactive zone of fire until unit will take a small momentum penalty at the end of each of the turn. This is really handy to use, so that if the enemy starts moving, the units will automatically start firing on them. Really handy for defensive tactics. I'm gonna go ahead and move this guy into place, so he's not firing at the floor, which I totally did not know was gonna happen. Okay, so if I were to go ahead and set, I'm going to go ahead and set this way just so that there's some defense there. If you hit the RB button, that cycles through the units. The units that have yet to spend AP or ability points. So these guys still have an ability point I believe I can use. Yeah, okay. So, oh, maybe not. Never mind. Oh, no, okay, they do. Alright, so let's see if we want to... Oh, I can use a grenade launcher that will allow me to use a ranged attack on this guy here. I'm going to do that. There we go. Okay, they took some damage. Not a whole lot of damage, mind you, because that's kind of rather a large unit. Okay, I'm gonna move these guys. I'm gonna move these units up. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna just have them fire on these guys.
Firing on the enemy.
So I like the fact that you can have multiple units fire on the same enemy at the same time, as long as you're quick enough. Okay, so I don't have any...
Kill zone set.
Do it
The
that
defensive
way.
Angelica stands with you.
But I don't have a lot of range on this unit. I'm gonna move him up though.
Affirmative.
Frag cannon.
Frag bombardment
There we go.
commencing.
Move this guy up.
I await your orders. Not even
Okay,
death
and
will
now
stop
I
me.
can. Now this is showing me I can hit the enemy with one of my weapons here, which I believe should be the frag cannon. Yep. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move this tank up to, let's move him dead center. Okay, can he can attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and just let him attack.
Firing.
That was a good amount of health.
Yentimeter xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
Send this guy.
Ready.
Okay, well, at least you hit him once, right? And now we can also move him. I'm gonna go ahead and move him over here, just so we can get to them.
My vigilance is eternal.
Okay, so I can use the... What can I use? Okay.
My power is yours to command.
Oh, never mind. I thought that they can attack. But he can't. Oh, he can. What in the... Oh, let's move him up first.
Confirmed.
And see if he should be able to use an attack once I move him up. Yep. Okay. There we go. I had to nail this guy because that dude's... That's a beefy unit right there. That is a beefy unit right there. I initially had my army spread out because I didn't know from which direction they were going to come, and they're all coming right through here. Okay, so now I've moved everyone, I believe. Okay, with this guy.
Understood.
And apparently this guy. Moving over here.
On my way.
Okay, so I've moved everybody.
I'll keep an eye out.
There, so I've used everybody. I spoke too soon. Well, let's go ahead and attack this guy.
The struggles of this synaptic creature are futile.
Okay. I've used everybody's AP points. I'm going to go ahead wide at my turn. Now, on the enemy turn, you can hit the X button to speed up their movement, which is kind of handy. You can speed up their turn, so it goes a little bit quicker, but it still takes a bit because of how large their army is. They're huge. They're just like mine's pretty big too, so there's that. So you got someone coming in. See, I have them point in there so they can attack those guys. So yeah, guys, this is a little bit of a look into Warhammer 40K Battle Sector. This game's amazing. You can even zoom in all the way like this to kind of get in on the action, which is kind of cool. I just didn't want to highlight that. So kind of cool. That's with the left and right triggers. You can zoom in and out, rotate the camera. You can lock on to, or you can relock the camera as well. Oh, wonderful. Aerial units. Awesome. But yeah, so it's been a look at Warhammer 40K Battle Sector on Xbox One. I would thank very much Slytherin Games for the opportunity. This game is phenomenal. Second game in the Warhammer series, Warhammer Universe that I've reviewed. And I think this is by far my favorite so far. Definitely a wonderful game. If you're a fan of turn-based strategy games, this is definitely a game to seek out. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40K, again, a great game to check out. And yeah, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, till next time. Take care and happy gaming.